Welcome to The Good Ride. I'm James Beastie, and this is the Cardiff Powgoda Enduro. I'm reviewing this again because it has new construction. It now has setback powder inserts and a slightly tweaked tail. I rode this with Union Force, Union Atlas, Ride Deadbolt, and Battalion Acid Boa boots. I got this in a decent amount of conditions. Some things that might make you want to swipe right. This has a cool setback camber that carves hard on groomers. It has really solid edge hold. It has a very fast base. It has good but not amazing pop. It has near excellent float in powder thanks to the setback inserts. And before that, it was really special as well. It's a great directional daily driver. Some things that might make you want to swipe left: if you really drive hard off your front foot through a turn or like more center weighted turns, this board might not be for you. It's also right on that border of being unacceptable in uneven snow. When it comes to sizing, this 58 feels really good for me. It's the size I owned in the past and the size I would own again. I could go 55 if I wanted a really quick turning board, but it feels a little small and I feel too heavy for it at 185 to 195 pounds. And if I was just riding super deep, low angle powder and wide open groomers, I could pull off the 162, but this is the size I would buy. When it comes to shape, this is very tapered, very directional. You can see the nose is a lot wider than the tail and a lot longer and bigger. There's 20 mil of taper. Even though it's only 5 mil set back on side cut, which isn't much, you can see you're still riding near the tail. When it comes to camber profile, you still have that amazing setback directional camber that you did on the previous model. At about the reference stance, it starts to rocker up, but it still tracks just like a hybrid camber board. It's not gonna have this loose auto spinny feel here. Still feels camber dominant. The skids a turn very easy. I think even an intermediate rider could have no problem with this. When it comes to edge hold, there is a slight disruption in the side cut. It's very minor, but it's perfectly placed to maximize edge hold. This tech is no bullshit. On hard snow, I was so impressed as to how well the Cardiff Powgoda grips. This new construction didn't change that. This borders on being an icy snow specialist, and it's a very competent hard snow specialist. Let's talk Powgoda Flex. This has a very similar flex to the old Powgoda. You can see it's got some soft points. It's pretty stiff between the feet right here. Then in the tail, it's stiff, but there's a little give. It's a lot easier on snow to butter than it looks in studio. And then in the nose, there's a lot of give. So it's very easy to butter off the nose, and it's pretty easy to get this to pop on an ollie. When it comes to riding in uneven snow, this new construction in the top sheet doesn't have all the lacquer like the old Enduro does. You trade a little bit of pop for a little less dampness. It definitely bucks a little bit more in soft uneven snow. I think it does a little better in hard uneven snow than it does soft uneven snow, but it's still manageable. When it comes to speed, this is not the kind of board you get to bomb. It's more capable than you would think. And on some short straight lines, I thought this was pretty competent and it didn't make me feel sketched or nervous. But if you like to straight line, this isn't really the board for you. The base glide on the Powgoda is just exceptional. I love that it's an all black base for the most part. That's very easy to repair. It only has a little bit of that Cardiff logo die cut here at the top, and it's well into where it's rockered up, so there's less chance of gashing it. Now when it comes to turning, I thought the turn initiation was very fast with this. It's actually a little slower if you use the setback inserts. I tried that on groomers. I actually liked that. It felt a little less pivoty and super slashy and turny. I think just because you're in a wider spot on the back foot, it gives you a little more purchase. It slows down the turn initiation a little bit on groomers while still being slashy and quick in powder. This is the kind of board I like to ride when I'm in tight tree lines because it initiates a turn quick, and when you get it on side cut and you need to make a hard right or a hard left in trees, it keeps turning for you, so it's a nice combo there. Same for groomers, and when I set it up really posy, I felt like it drove down the line a little better and didn't feel as across the groomer of a carver that it is. So it can do a little bit of everything, but it shines for turny people like me who like to slash in powder and like to make across the groomer to almost circle carvy turns. The spring out of the turn is really good when you get the power over this camber right here and engage this part of the side cut. That's when you get those really satisfying, hard, rewarding carves. So if you're more of a center to a front foot weighted carver, you might not enjoy this as much as I did. When it comes to powder, this was special before. It's even more special now with the setback inserts. It really steps up this board's game and gives it another personality. You lose a lot of landing gear when you set it all the way back. But for people like me who are less focused on air and more on getting more of a surfy feel in powder, this just lights it up. It really allows you to get behind where the early rise starts and allows you to just get all that easy directional float. This is up there with some of the best in terms of powder boards now. Before it was close, now it's getting up there and could be a dedicated powder board. With the old Cardiff Powgoda, you could get 4.375 inches back from center of board because you were set up right here. So now you can get 6 inches back from center of board with the setback inserts at a 22-inch stance width. I thought I'd be way too far back on the tail and it would feel weird, but I actually like that feel better. It had more purchase when I tried to make a hard slash and turn in powder, and the same for groomers, and it felt really good. And overall, the change of construction, getting rid of the lacquer on the top sheet, it did lose a little dampness, make it a little less fun in uneven snow. But the addition of the setback inserts, the addition of the little bit of extra pop was a worthwhile trade-off. I hope they don't go any further towards that light poppy construction. I think there's a limit to that. It's something I'm going to be recommending a lot moving forward.